Good morning behind the battery, people. I thought today I show you how I film a range test. Usually at home I charge to 100%, then I come here, it's around 30 kilometers, and depending on winter or summer it takes 5, and of course the battery size, 5 to 10% to arrive here. Charge here at Ionity. This is my starting point. Donautal Ost in Passau, Ionity, and on the other side is Donautal West, Ionity, and this is where I arrive. And when I arrive, I put in 4 cameras. I put one here in the rear, I have to see, in the middle, and if I have a panoramic roof glass, I do it with suction cups, and if it's a hard top, I have a thing that squeezes in there. And then I put one here in the front. This is in the back was a GoPro 11. This is the GoPro 8 for the street, and then here we have the Sony ZV-E10 to film me. And I control the GoPros with the remote. Where are we here? So I can control them both while driving without any problem. That's the main part. Sometimes I have to clean the windshield if it's so dirty that the camera won't see anything. I did that today. I have a little kit where I clean stuff. It's this one here. Why? Since when? This one here. I have a bit of water, a bit of soap, and this container, and then a foamy thing. Sponge. There we go. By the way, charging with 39 kilowatt at 84% will still take 20 minutes or so. Then I take pictures around the car with the other lens, with the 24mm lens, because it looks better and it has a nice blurry background. And then I put the lens on that I have right now, the 16 to 35, where I can film me, and I don't have to go get my hand too far out, I can still see. Then I charge to 100%. Before I drive, I turn on all the cameras, I reset my trip, and then I go. And I parked a bit close here. I have to put the cable out of the way, because otherwise it gets stuck here between this. And yes, so I'm gonna film my intro now, say what the car is and what I'm gonna do, and then we drive on. In the car, like I said, I use these 2 cameras, one for the road, one for the interior, and I use this to film me. And the sound, so when I record with my normal camera here, that's my main shooter, Sony a7S III, I use the Wireless Go 2, and right now I'm not filming with this, but because the Wireless Go is up here, the Rode microphone, the wireless microphone, but I can turn this transmitter on that it records by itself. It doesn't have to be connected to anything, so it records up to 8 or 9 hours, which I don't need. And then I film myself, and then afterwards I sync it. And the syncing is very easy. I just clap in the beginning of the video, and then I see that as a spike in all of those 3 cameras and 1 audio source. And then I can sync it, and Premiere can do that too, but sometimes it's not that important. It's done very easy. It doesn't have to be perfect. Those 2, so what films me and the audio have to be perfect. The rest can be 1 frame off or so. And then when I'm filming myself, I do this. When I'm showing the camera, I take the GoPros. If I film inside here, I put the self-steering on, and then while I have one hand on, I film what's going on in here with this camera. And so I can film everything that's happening while driving. The only thing I have to do before I go, when I'm still 13 minutes of 96%, is to reset my trip. And I have to see, I have put it into reset it, where is it, car status, trip info, after recharging, and it did. Woohoo! I have another thing that I can reset, but I'm not going to do that. I'm keeping that, and then I see kilometers, average consumption, average speed, and the time. That's always nice. I synced as always. Driving too slow. I'm driving 131 and then it doesn't let me, and it does it itself, by the way. I don't drive 100. I put the cruise control in 130 and it drives 131 and then it doesn't steer itself. It's crap. So when I'm driving and I film with the camera in here because I don't know, I'm at 75 or 50% or I'm saying something, that something happened, I put the self-steering on and then I film it with this camera. I keep my eyes on the road, safety, and that's it. And then I turn everything back off. I know my steps. I always have to change the display so it doesn't get scratched, put the cover on so it doesn't get scratched, and turn the wireless Go microphone off here, and then this one here as well, but I need it right now for you. And then it complains I don't have the hands on the steering wheel. Hey, ho, 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 there we go. I have the sound on. So I arrived with my range test charging now, and I'm filming a charging test. So I do this with this little thing. This was a light at one time, but it's a cover because Ionity is reflecting so much. I mean, if I film here, you can barely see anything. And so I have to make it dark. I put this around it so it's dark, and I have a GoPro on time-lapse in there, and either I put a tripod here, or right now I have a suction cup in there on the screen. So I have the suction cup here and it goes out and films in there. It works great. And then I'm done with the range test. I filmed already everything. I did my advertising, so my sponsor, Maingau. I did the goodbye stuff, and now I charged to 90%. Film this. Car says it takes some time. I have to climb it off. Otherwise, it's all wrong. It says another 22 minutes, and then I go home. By the way, it closes the windows once it locks, but that's an option. You can turn that off. And then I'm done. And this was my range test with this. Hope you enjoyed it. Did you see what I'm doing here? And it's a bit of work because 4 cameras and editing too, and I will make an extra video at some point how I edit the range test or other videos, because range tests are so different to edit than normal videos. But that's it. Bye.